A California landmark that is definitely a Highway 1 road trip must. Hearst Castle is truly worth traveling to see. Located along California's central coast in San Simeon, not far from those famous elephant seals. We stepped inside for a special tour.
So you're visiting the home of the late newspaper publisher, magazine publisher, movie producer, Mr. William Randolph Hearst.
And I feel like we're in Italy or Spain or somewhere else.
And that's exactly the way Mr. Hearst would have wanted you to feel. He created this property to look like it was on the Mediterranean Sea. It was Spanish and Italian in style, even used Spanish and Italian elements to decorate the main house. This is the main house, Casa Grande.
It is grand, and I'd love to see inside.
Follow me, we'll go inside.
We head into the assembly room, the social room for guests of Hearst Castle.
Every night you were required to come to this room for cocktail hour before dinner.
I'll take that requirement.
It was really the only requirement that Mr. Hearst had for you as a guest. So he's inviting movie stars of the time period up here, like Cary Grant and Clark Gable. Charlie Chaplin was a frequent guest here. He's here many times. So anybody from the 20s and 30s, the who's who of Hollywood, probably were hoping to get invited up here, or they might have been a guest here.
I like to think about them doing that. I would love to have a cocktail in here personally, but thinking about it's also nice. And just looking at everything here, including that beautiful wood ceiling. Centuries-old tapestries, priceless art. Mr. Hearst was an avid collector, and much of it is on display today at Hearst Castle, which was just one of Mr. Hearst's illustrious properties.
So after cocktail hour, the guests would be invited by Mr. Hearst to join him for dinner in his dining hall, which is right next door, which is called the refectory. And this is the only dining hall on the property. So all meals were served in this room.
Well, there's enough room in here. Scott, is that ketchup and mustard?
That is ketchup and mustard on the table. For Mr. Hearst, he used a casual place setting. This was his ranch at San Simeon, so this was his version of casual ranch-style dining.
So he mixed the casual with the luxurious.
Exactly, and in this case, Gothic-style dining hall with casual dining.
You know, I kind of like it. Here you are in this beautiful setting, but you can relax. You can relax at the Hearst Castle.
And that may be why he did this, was to make people relax. If you look around the room, it's somewhat dramatic.
I like how you say that, Scott. Somewhat dramatic.
Somewhat,
just a little.
Just a little dramatic.
Yeah. I'm finding Hearst Castle to be full of surprises. From one of the most posh home offices I've ever visited. Many entrepreneurs out there today would love to spend their time working in a home office like this. To an indoor movie theater, the billiards room, Casa Grande's 38 bedrooms, and the indoor Roman pool with mosaic tiles infused with gold. They did not spare anything when they created Hearst Castle.
This is probably the single most expensive project on the hilltop.
Hearst Castle is truly spectacular, and I can only imagine what it would have been like to have been a visitor during its heyday. The stuff of California dreams, one might say. I'd say it's pretty neat that it's preserved today and open to the public as part of California's state park system and as a National Historic Landmark. Now I just wonder who has to clean all those rooms.